Cheers, welcome to my channel. This is a timely tarot oracle reading that I've posted for the beginning of the month of January. And Pisces, you are the star of this astrological insight. If your sun sign is not Pisces, we still all have a little bit of Pisces in us. If you have your birth chart, which house is Pisces in? That's where this energy shows up for you. My goal is to provide valuable information to empower you. This is a general or collective reading. Parts of it will or will not resonate with you. And if you are watching this in the future from when I posted it, it might be empowering for you to look back at the time that I posted it to get even more clarity from this reading. I've already shuffled the cards, but I'm just giving them a quick cut and shuffle, and we will begin with the underlying energy from the bottom of the deck. For the reading, yikes, we have the Three of Swords. So the Three of Swords energy is clearly not the most fun energy. This is talking about some form of heartbreak, and it can represent a potentially heartbreaking decision is being made or has been made. These three swords, when you look at it again, you realize, wait a minute, the heart is really big, so they're not like really big swords. So some people feel like these are kind of like Eros, the Cupid, for the romantic love. That these are like the opposite of the Eros that he sends out. And this energy also can talk about not being able to speak your truth. Because if you look, it looks like a cliff with a cloud here, but really it might also be shoulders with a throat, and then this is the head. You can come up if you want, Stella. Yeah, you can come up. My cat is joining us for this reading. That's a good girl. Be a good girl. That's a good girl. You go to sleep. Okay, so this energy also can represent, because the swords represent the mind and your mental intelligence. So this is your subconscious mind, which is the thoughts you have from the time you're born till about the age of 6 or 7. And those are heavily imprinted on us. And the funny thing about that is when you think about it, we can't remember really much of our childhood before the age of 5 or 6. And this energy is really like imprinted on us, and it's really the thoughts of other people and who they thought we were, and we can't remember. And then this is the unconscious thoughts, and that's the thoughts that empower your soul. A lot of people feel that they are a human being with a soul, but we're actually a soul traveling in a human body. And then we have the conscious thoughts. That's what we are aware of. And when they're congruent with the heart, then it can be about being able to speak your truth and be in your truth. So we'll see which way this reading goes. I just don't want you to panic when you see this, Pisces. And then the underlying energy for the first part of my reading here will be about the internal forces. So this is the dynamics from inside. This is what will keep you up at night wondering, what if this happens? And if I do this, what if that happens? That kind of energy. But it's showing here you actually have a strong foundation. This is about the pentacles. Now the pentacles are health, wealth, and happiness, but they do represent the coin. And this is representing the 3 levels of money. So there's a strong foundation and playing it safe to stay there. And then this can be going after your heart's desires. And this is the crown and glory. So really going for that crown that you feel you deserve. And so let's see what this is about. Okay, so there's a juggling of pentacles here. This can represent a lot of multitasking. At this time of year, a lot of people are busy. We're in the midst of the holiday season. Merry Christmas to those of you that celebrate Christmas. I'm actually doing this reading on Boxing Day in Canada. Boxing Day is similar to Black Friday, although not quite as aggressive, but similar. And so a lot of people, enjoy your shopping and shop till you drop kind of energy. And so this is the 2 of Pentacles. It's kind of representing that, juggling pentacles, juggling your time, juggling your energy. And so it's a lot of multitasking, and multitasking is a very empowering skill, but you can get to the point where you multitask so much that you have quantity over quality. And this is talking in the background, those big waves with those ships. This can really gain momentum, and you can end up getting kind of in the habit of, always being busy. This also talks about juggling your options, but never your morals. So there could be something to do with that here. We will see. Okay, we've got the wounded warrior. So this is talking about actions that have been taken. And, you can see this person is very tired, but they're still standing. And this is the energy of, there's 8 of these wands planted in the past, and they've landed. And so these are seeds that you've planted or actions from other people. So this represents action. And there's been quite a battle to get these to land, or other people have, really taken actions against you that you've had to really stand up for yourself and fight for. This is the 9 of Wands. And I feel like this energy is coming up a lot. It's representing like the year of 2025. 2 plus 2 plus 5 is 9, and that means it's the end of a cycle. So the end of the cycle, the 9 year, is actually talking, when we move into 2026, that's 2 plus 2 plus 6 is 10. So that's actually like, if you take 1 plus 0, it's 1. It's representing the beginning of an entirely new cycle. And so we're not just moving from a 2025, from an old year to a new year. We're actually moving into a totally different cycle that has been lasting a decade, and moving into another cycle that's probably going to last a decade. And this energy, the wounded warrior has stayed on their course, but man, they're tired out from it. Like it's been a bit of a battle. Having said that, there's we have the 10. See, this is this energy. This has been coming up in a lot of the readings. So not exactly like this, but where there's the 9 and then the 10 card after. So this is representing that in 2026, in this new cycle, the energy is going to be much, look at the difference. So this is like, if you're really here and you're exhausted and you feel like, I just can't keep going, recognize that better times are on their way. And you won't always be in this energy where you're constantly busy and having to juggle. And the Ace of Swords is coming in, and this is a gift from the divine. Ultimate happiness here this is like having, the love of your life, the family you've always wanted to have, having a beautiful place to live. You love the country you're in, you love your career, all of that energy. It's like ultimate fulfillment, the big rainbow above here of cups. And then this is a divine gift from the Most High, and it's saying, this is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God. So this gift is coming in of ultimate happiness. Hang in there. It's been tough. God understands it's been tough. This represents someone that's been on a mission for God, and it's been heartbreaking. Perhaps the energy, it isn't necessarily about love, like a romantic love. It can be about a lot of different things, family love and, love for, just love of your life in general. And so it can involve a lot of people also. And then we have, yes, in 2026, you will be rowing off to calmer shores with God. So this energy is coming in. And this is talking about taking the time, to go inwards so that you can really heal and whatever this broken heart energy is, and then turn that into, your subconscious, unconscious, and conscious mind being connected with your authentic desires, so that you can move forward in a much, much more fulfilling way. And it's saying you already do have a real strong foundation for it. Perhaps you've been playing really safe here. And you know, because of this energy, and now it's time to quit selling yourself short and move forward, and you've got God on your side. This also represents this person doesn't have any baggage. There's a young child there with them, and this can represent that you have been working on healing your inner child. So it's that subconscious mind, like making it stronger. And there's the beautiful card of happiness. This is something you deserve. This is God Himself ordaining this, stepping in and recognizing. If you think nobody cares, God does. You're a child of God, and this is a banner. And you may not realize it, but you're on. You have done like you have. God is very proud of you. You've done a really good. The universe is applauding you because you've been on a very challenging mission in this lifetime, and now it's time to move on to smoother waters, calmer waters, and enjoy your life now. You've always been destined for this, but perhaps circumstances have come into play. And let's face it, the world is kind of a wild place right now. The internal dynamics and the internal foundation, this is energy of what you have control over. So you'd be, if you're like wondering, like, what if I do this? What if that happens? And what if I do that? What if this happens? It's that kind of energy. And what if I don't do this? Then what, you know, like, what if that happens? That kind of energy, overthinking it and kind of being like so exhausted from the battle that you just, you know, you just can't get your shift together basically anymore. You're just too tired to even care. And this energy is about, you know, in the house of your identity and self-image. So this is how you're seeing yourself, is always having to juggle and being in this position of being busy and really caught in that loop and never having like the justice of moving, the momentum, it's not building enough for you to move out of whatever this energy is. And so this is about abundance and self-worth. And so you are willing to fight for what is yours, and you know that you're destined for greatness. You understand that. And you do understand also that you are on a mission for the glory of God. And you get that, but you are like wondering like, whoa, I don't have much left here. And then here is the communication from your early life, knowing like from a very young age, you were maybe raised in a spiritual or religious family, and you or you know that you were taught about God and you were taught about prayer, and you understand that you are a child of God, that kind of energy. And then this is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God. And God's saying this again: I recognize you, I hear you. It's, you know, things are going to start getting better. And this is like your emotional foundation is the only reason why you're still standing basically. And it's time to move on to, you know, calmer waters. This is like about using your creativity in a different way, having a real happy romance. And then this is the happiest card in the deck. So it's saying your circumstances, your daily routines and habits, like the way you're living, are going to really change for the better in 2026. And you can, you were always destined to live that. But you're carrying a heavy banner, but look how easily you're carrying it. The sunflowers represent following God, like following the light. And you know, you're on your destined path, and you have a strong foundation for success. And it's, you know, this is saying just hang in there, don't play small, understand that what you're doing is huge. It's not a small thing. And so, of course, you're exhausted. Who wouldn't be, is what it's saying. And so the external forces, okay, there we have it. So we have the Three of Pentacles here. And this is talking about all of this energy that's been going on has been, that has risen you, elevated your position to being, you know, having total mastery over your skill set. Whatever it is that you've been working on, you have become very, very good at it. And there's people that want to collaborate with you, which would be good news. But sometimes they've got plans in their hand, but you have to be really careful here that you stay in alignment with your path, because as you get close to this success, they can smell money. It's kind of coming up energy. And people are starting to notice your work, and they're starting to notice that you are back up again on your feet and that you've elevated your position. And now they want to collaborate with you, but not necessarily in alignment with what your course is, more for their benefit and not yours. And this card is my secret society card. This is about being caught up in energy that leads to this. And so be very careful right now that I feel like you're aware of it anyway. This is kind of the energy that I'm getting. Yeah, I'm aware. I'm aware. That kind of energy. Yeah, this has left you out in the cold. So this is external forces have left you out in the cold. And this is tactics that a lot of people that want what you have will use. And we all are capable of using these tactics, and we all do, whether we're even aware of it or not at different times. But this is the energy of being left out in the cold. And it's like you've got someone on crutches and you've got someone in their bare feet in the snow. Now, they could go into the church to get respite for the night, but they're going to continue on because they want change. And so they're going to collaborate and work together to move forward and get this energy here that belongs to them. And they're getting tired, of course. This card represents a lot of snowflakes, and we can all handle a flake or two. But when you have too many flakes coming up against you, it can really collapse your house. Like your physical body is your temple. And so this energy is talking about what got with the sun shining here on this. This is saying, hey, it's winter now and the snow is deep, but just like that the snow will be melted in the spring, it's going to come out and the snow will be melted, and what's underneath the snow and the stink of it will be, it'll be for all to see. It'll be very public what has been going on here, what these tactics have been. And this can represent on a larger scale and also just on the scale in your own life. And like if you've ever lived in Canada, in the spring, if there's a lot of snow, and you have there's dog owners that are lazy and they don't clean up after their dogs for the entire winter. When the snow melts, the shift is exposed, and it smells really bad. You can't miss it. So it's very public. Like and that's what God is saying. Just as that happens in the spring, your life is going to also be changing, and their tactics will be coming out, and you will be closer and closer to this happiness. And then, yes, so this energy is talking about having a lot of people stab you in the back. So it's an energy of, and leave you for unalive. So, behind your back, there's been all sorts of tactics being used to bring you down. And this energy is really challenging, of course. But what's interesting is right now we just had the solstice on the 21st, and I'm doing this on Boxing Day. So this is Boxing Day energy. Like Black Friday, like, no, that's mine. There's only one item and everybody's fighting each other over it because, they want that, maybe someone found like whatever that gift was that they wanted, but 10 other people want it and they're all fighting for it in the store kind of energy. That's, our Boxing Day is typically a little less aggressive than the Black Fridays that we've seen from the past. So in any regard, this is talking about, at the end of the tunnel, there's light. And so the sun is setting and then it's rising, and you can count on that. There will be peace. The sun rises in the east and there will be peace. So this is talking also that this energy of being stabbed in the back and left for unalive, as hard as it's been, you have survived it because it's a blessing in disguise. And their stench is going to be exposed, and then you'll see there will be a table set for you. And you will see the karma will hit, and that's the kind of energy that's coming up. And then we have the moon. So again, the moon's coming up, and this energy is coming in really a lot in these readings here. I have, this is the last Pisces of the energy for moving into the new year in the month of January. And I will have time to do the full moon readings. So I'm going to do one for all the signs. So you might want to watch for that. This is, the moon is all about illusions. And when the Fool starts out on their journey, this is saying like you're gonna, these emotional waters here. I feel like this is really representing, even though this is a lobster, not a crab. The moon, the full moon that's going to be showing up on January 3rd is a Cancer full moon. And so it's going to be a very emotional full moon, in particular for Pisces and Scorpio and Cancer. And this energy is going to be, because, the moon rules the sign of Cancer. And the stage of life of Cancer is the adolescent girls, their boyfriend just broke up with them and they're devastated kind of energy. Or the kid, they didn't make the cheerleading team, or, that kind of energy. And so this is about not falling for the illusion that you're not enough or that you don't have enough to move forward. Don't sell yourself short. This is get out of the water, get out of the emotion, and get on your journey. And as hard as it would be for a lobster to get through here, we've got, the domestic dog and the wolf both howling at the moon. Full moons can be really emotional, and this one is going to be particularly emotional because we have the energy of moving in from one cycle to another cycle, and we have that clarified again. This is the end of a cycle and a new beginning happening, and it's followed now by the moon, the full moon by January 3rd. Make sure you do your best to release this heartache and all of this energy so that you can move into the new. And God is smiling down on you, as well as the new moon coming up then. We'll be ready. You'll be ready for the new. And that would be probably, I think it's on the 18th. So the thing about another reason why this energy is going to be so challenging is because we had the solstice. We had the new moon in Sagittarius, which is about on this kind of energy actions. And that was on 19th, 20th of December. Then we had, right after that, the solstice, where the nights are, we had the longest night of the year and the shortest day. And now that is over, and we are now starting to have longer days and shorter nights. So gradually there will be more light than dark, and that's what this energy is saying. And then this is also, we have the full moon coming up, and we're in the sign of Capricorn. We left the sun sign of Sagittarius, and we've moved into Capricorn. And this is right across from on the astrological wheel, it's right across from Cancer. So this is an opposition. And so Capricorn wants to go out and be ambitious and climb mountains. They have the fishtail. But they're very determined. Imagine climbing a mountain with your, front legs and having to use your tail as a rudder. So the Capricorn energy is very ambitious. It's very much about bringing what is a thought into the 3D. And what the most ambitious sign really out of all the earth signs. And just like Pisces is the most mature of the water signs, Capricorn is the most mature of the earth signs. So, sometimes when you mix water and earth, you get mud, that kind of energy. And when it's all mixed together in a flood or something, a flood of emotion, it can be really messy. And so just recognize this energy from the full moon. We usually will feel it 3 days before and 3 days after. And it's a good time not to be aggressive and also to really understand, like, if your emotions are getting like really down, you're feeling really down, recognize that is that emotion. Maybe you do need a good cry, that kind of energy. And you've been patient, and this is the Sagittarius energy coming through. You've been patient. The temperance is about following your life path, even when it's really challenging, like right here. And so you will be rewarded for your devotion to your life path. Hang in there. That's the energy that's coming up. Pour into yourself at this time, and go inward, and really don't fall for any illusions that you're not enough or it's never going to end. The one thing that we can always count on, the one constant we can always count on, is change. And then we have, yes, this energy here. Hang up your mind during this time. Don't make logical, don't plan to make all these big decisions and be in that Capricorn energy of all this is going to happen if you're feeling all emotional. You want to use your intuition, which is represented here, along with your logic. And, this would be a good time for you to rest, is what I'm getting, rather than taking action around that, around the 3rd of January. Just wait until you're feeling really calm. And because this represents someone that's, looks like they're in a church. They've hung their subconscious, unconscious, and conscious mind on the wall and laid their sword down to rest. They are meditating, they are praying. And on this stained glass window is the word Pax. And so Pax means peace. And so this means peace of mind. And look at, out of the cold, peace of mind. Those external forces, as long as you stay in control of your emotions and thoughts and discipline your mind, it will give you the freedom to get through this. And then we have the energy of, okay, there we have it. Death and rebirth. Transition is happening as we move into the next cycle. Confirmation after confirmation. These are the scariest looking cards, but this actually represents this same energy, the end of a cycle, and rebirth into a new one. You can see there's also the sun rising between those two pillars, represented here and here. And this energy is also talking about the solstice, like remembering there's light at the end of the tunnel. And for some people, they're not going to enjoy the new, but you are going to. You're handing the Grim Reaper a flower, a bloom, representing like, oh, I can hardly wait for this new me, new energy to come in, and it's on its way in the new year. There we have it, our Pisces. That's really good. So, hang in there if you're going through a challenging time right now. And just recognize, okay, it's going to change. There's always change. And if you're enjoying this, please do give it a like and a comment. That really does empower me to build my channel. And I am going to now clarify this with my oracle cards. This is an oracle that I started in 2007, and I completed the last painting. There's 64 of them in 2020. I'm an artist, so I had a lot of fun with it. It's courtesy of the Intergalactic Federation of Light. And so there were some really big dragon paintings with crystals and all sorts of energy. These dragons come from the future and have a lot of advice. They've got a great sense of humor. And I've worked with them in the past at psychic fairs, etc., my seminars, but I've never really had them all, the paintings done, and taken them out there. So now I'm doing it online with you. I appreciate your time and energy. I want to bring this oracle into the physical, and I'm just working now on the information that goes along with it. So I'm gathering, I'm doing my research with you guys. In the description box below, I will have the numbers on the cards that I have putting down will be representing the numbers of the paintings in my gallery on Tales from the Vector, TAILS, from thevector.com. So you can go there, and I will put in the description box the order they appear here. If you want to look them up, they say a picture speaks 1,000 words, and my dragons have a lot of wisdom and a weird sense of humor sometimes. But I'm tuning my cards into this energy, because usually one pops out and wants to start when it's time to, okay, there we have it. Oh man, and I just got my little kitty sleeping, purring, being quiet and being a good girl. I'm sorry, Stella. I'm sorry. The card went flying across the room, so I had to dump her. Oh, I feel so bad. She was having such a nice sleep, purring away, kind of like the wounded warrior. She's like, why did you dump me? So the card that went flying, though, this is kind of funny, is Pisces. So hey, there you go, Pisces. This is Clara. You're coming in showing that, hey, I'm strong in this reading. And so this is talking about, sink or swim. You're going to swim. And you've been treading water and you're tired, but hang in there. It's going to get better. And then the other card that came out is the Judgment. So this is clearing the unfettered. This is God's judgment. This is a pink and green dragon, and she's flying through the air. She's also represents, it's like twins. She represents, in one painting, she's upright, and that's this one. And in the other one, she's falling upside down. So this is talking about being unfettered, not being beholden to any energies other than the one that is your destined path. And this is about no more playing small. And this is the judgment of God and the universe coming in with this gift of the truth that's going to set you free. There we have it. And this is also saying that only God can really judge people because, and do it, properly, because the energy is, God knows is the only one that has the oversight and can understand why people would be doing this, what had happened to them to cause them to be this way. It wouldn't be much fun being that. I wouldn't want to be them. Not at all. Here we have the insight coming in. Whoops, I'm sorry. I knocked my camera stand. It's just been that kind of day with the cat. Like, she's just been like off today. And and then just when I finally have her calm, boom, the card goes flying. So this is about using your insight, your third eye energy. So recognizing that maybe it's time for you to slow down a little bit in this time frame. 2 + 7 = 9. So it's like, hey, we're coming to an end of a cycle. Take a chance, breathe a little, you might want to be careful, because sometimes if you multitask too much, then you have quantity over quality. And we have denial. What I don't know won't hurt me. I feel like this is kind of, you're aware of what's going on, but maybe in the past you weren't aware, and now, or you knew, but you didn't want to believe that about these people. You didn't want to think, oh, they wouldn't go that far, and there is no reason. And I'm getting, you don't even know some of these people anyway. So, it's kind of like, don't be in denial about it, but recognize that denial is a tactic, right? That can put you out in the cold. And then we have the Chariot. So yeah, this is emphasizing the power of spin. So this is already spinning. The wheel of destiny is turning, and this happiness is destined for you, and it will come in for you, even if you feel like it's not, and you're feeling exhausted, and you don't, you don't have, this person is barely standing here, they're bandaged up and they're tired, and they're like, I could use the change right now. This is the Virgo energy coming in. And Virgo is your ability to be able to communicate in an adult way. This is a young adult way. And Virgo likes the energy to be very clean and in order. And it can be about really looking into analyzing your situation and being okay with analytical criticism. What role did you play in this? What could you do differently? You can, adopt that Aquarian energy that we just moved out of the Pisces energy back in 2020. And it was the age of Pisces. I mean, an age lasts, I think, around 1700 years. And so we moved out of Pisces energy and we moved into the Aquarius energy, which is more about experimental, observing the result and then experimenting again and doubling up on what works and letting go of what doesn't. And A lot of Pisces right now do feel this energy more deeply than others because they feel the sign for Pisces is two fish tied together at the tail trying to swim, in two different directions in the current. So you may be feeling like you've been treading water for quite some time here, because the Aquarian energy is air and the Pisces water is the fish, and they're out of water now. And so fish out of water, it's very uncomfortable. And then we have here we have it, the Taurus energy. So this is about the learning to give and take, and when to know when to like take action and when not to is what I'm getting. And this was a good action to take. Go inward and get to the truth by listening to, like praying and meditating and getting to the truth, and understanding that the universe has your back and God has your back. And look at who comes in here right there. This is, aha. So we're going to cover that whenever that's temptation. So this is really talking about, I feel like this energy, like it could be like right here. And so the devil, I guess, has decided that the energy is that this energy feels like, hey, I'm going to take God on. So, okay, good luck with that. Let's see what happens. We're going to cover that. Because you're not going to get the truth from the devil. And so we'll cover that and see, I feel like, what was the tactic and who's the minion that was sent in, and what energy did God send in. So we have the maturity of Libra energy, being able to, when you're on your correct path, in alignment with God's path, you have anticipation for your future rather than expectations that will limit you. And then this is all about destruction, being left out in the cold. Some people like to destroy things just for the sake of it. And then this is this energy here. How, let's see what covers this energy. So this is an energy of, it's kind of both here, which is perfect. So this is not just about worldly desires. This is also desires on the spiritual realm, and trying to, because the devil understands that everything that's matter in the physical starts as a thought first on the spiritual realm. And so this energy has decided that they're going to go up against God's plan. So, and so this is talking about the wounded warrior being on their authentic path and their authentic desires. And this energy saying, well, no, I want that. And then it's an anticlimax. And I think we're all aware of what that is. It doesn't work out the way you wanted it to. And then the pride is about, it's a certain, like, so this energy here in this spot, and this is the house of commitment and marriage and partnerships. So this energy could have been and devastation of the rainforest, like progress in motion. Sometimes people just destroy things for the sake of it. So maybe you were left out in the cold because other people were jealous of your relationship. And then that caused enough problems to cause all of this heartache, And then perhaps the person that you were with chose the other side, and now, it's kind of like this energy is like, I could see how there would be heartbreak here. And then we have in this position, so this position here is about commitment, marriage, and partnerships. And this is the house of transformation, death, secrets coming up, being exposed, and shared resources. So did someone marry you under false pretense? That's the kind of energy that's coming up. Because this energy, this is someone who wanted what you had and was willing to do anything for it. You've been stabbed in the back 10 times, so they collaborated with other people to do so also. This is a real betrayal. This is a lot of betrayal. So I can understand why you're wounded, Pisces. Just hang in there and know it's changing. But this is really good for you to have clarity here. And then this is about your higher learning and travel and your education. So yes, as you move forward on your path, you're not going to be stuck in the illusion, and you will be moving forward. And the sun is shining on the snow here, and their shift is going to be, their smelly shift is going to be exposed. And then we have this energy here. So quite often the Pisces energy is like a father figure energy, because Pisces is kind of like that. You know, we were under a lot of paternal energy for the last era, you know, and moving, now we're in the age of Aquarius. It's more of a younger figure, a younger energy. So this is, I feel like it's talking about this energy, like I said, of feeling a little bit like a fish out of water, and people taking maybe advantage of you because you weren't in your strongest element in this energy. Let's take them while we can kind of energy. So this is the Empress. So the Empress is representing all four queens rolled into one. This is the generator of the energy, and this is sitting on your career, your reputation, and your public image. I feel this exposure is going to be very public, just like the stinky dog poo in your neighborhood in the spring. And it's going to be showing exactly what really happened here. And then we have and we're seeing a lot of that already right now on a global sense. There's a lot of information coming out. If you watch the news, it's like almost painful to watch the news these days. I mean, quite often it is, but like, it's like, whoa, there's a lot of energy coming out where you're just like, wow. And this energy here is about, you know, being able to manifest what you want by using your intuition as well as your logic. And really understanding that, you know, if you are a wounded warrior, you are on God's path. And so you're like an earth star. Like you're here, you are here, and you were put here with all the tools you need to get through this, even if it feels like, wow, are you sure about that? Yes. This is a foolhardy journey. You can anticipate that this energy is going to become much better. You're on your path. Hang in there. It's changing as we speak. Whew. Pisces, you've been through it. All right. We will end this reading. I do hope that this has empowered you. And it's not the most pleasant reading, but it's good information for all of us to recognize that these cycles are ending, and some of the underlying energy behind it. Give it a like and a comment if it has benefited you. And keep in mind, if you're watching this in the future after I posted it, if you want more clarity, go back and look at what happened, what was going on when I posted it. And you will see that then it might give you more clarity about what's happening with you right now. If you resonate with the energy of the channel, please consider subscribing. It would be my honor if you do so. And I will be back. Well, I'm going to do the full moon readings. I'm going to have time now. This one will be up sometime tomorrow. It's Boxing Day now. And then I will move into the full moon readings for you. Bye for now, Pisces.